So did you just buy and download this game because it's been on sale in the PlayStation Store 50 times now? Or did you download it right when it came out and you just haven't had enough time or drive to actually play this game? Well, what game am I talking about? It's Grand Theft Auto 3 for the PlayStation 4. This is a PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 4 port, and in today's video, I'm going to be walking you guys through the process on how to get the platinum in Grand Theft Auto 3 on the PlayStation 4 the most efficient way. So before we actually get into the guide here, I'm just going to run down how I get my platinum trophies and how these guides will be laid out for this one and all future ones. So what I do is I will play through the game normally, no spoilers, no guides, no collectible guides. I will play through the game and enjoy it unless there is something missable. I will look into it more, and anything missable will be talked about in depth in any of these videos. After I play through the game and I experience it the first time, I then go back and complete any collectibles that need to be done. After collectibles, I will do any various trophies, and then after those various trophies, I will go back and play a hard playthrough if needed. That being said, that's how all of these guides and walkthroughs are going to be set up for this one and any future ones. But with that being said, let's take a look at a breakdown of this trophy list. Breaking down this trophy list, we have 11 bronze, 12 silver, 5 gold, and 1 platinum, with a total of 29 trophies that can be earned. Now in the upper right hand corner, there will be a trophy tracker that will be tracking trophies as I talk about them throughout the video. Eventually that will get to 29 out of 29, which means that all trophies in this game will have been talked about and you should have successfully earned your platinum trophy. Also linked below will be any trophy guides, collectible guides, or guides that I think will be helpful to get the platinum, and also any links to any websites that I think will be helpful to get the platinum as well. And there is one more thing that I want to talk about before we get into this guide, and that is that this game has cheat codes, and it is okay to use any of the cheat codes. People say that it will affect getting the 5,000 criminal rating. I can tell you for a fact that that is complete BS. You see how much money I have in this video. I used the money cheat to actually get my 5,000 criminal rating. But anyway, let's get right into this guide. We're first going to start off with any missable trophies in the game. There is one missable trophy that is called "Is That All You've Got?", which is to achieve 100% completion. Now there are a bunch of threads and forums going around with people talking about exactly what they're having problems with, and I'm going to go through some of them that you should definitely keep an eye out on if you're going for this platinum. So the first thing is there are a few so-called missable missions in the game that you actually really need to play first before you continue on through the story mode. So if you see any missions from kind of side characters, for instance Kenji, Luigi, Joey, Asuka, then you want to go and do those missions right away, because if you do not do those and you go on with the regular story missions, then these missions will eventually disappear. Now the other big notorious glitch for Grand Theft Auto 3 is the purple 9 glitch. I am not a big expert with this glitch, but what happens is if you play the game and then you restart on, I think it's a certain game save, then the purple 9s won't show up, which means you can't do some of these missions and basically voids your 100% completion. Another big problem that people have is they'll get to the high 90% and they don't know what's wrong. They have gotten all the trophies for Vigilante, Firefighter, Taxi, and Ambulance missions, but they don't know what's wrong. The biggest thing that you need to remember when doing these missions, and I'll talk about this later when I am talking about the actual trophies related to them, you don't need to just get the trophies. You also need to unlock the special abilities that you get. For instance, with the Vigilante, you get the trophy after you've done 20 Vigilante missions, but you have to do 60 total, 20 on each island to unlock a special ability. For the paramedic, you just have to do the level 12 in one go. For the firefighter, you have to actually do 60 altogether, 20 on each island, then you'll get the fireproof special ability. And then lastly, the taxi, you just have to do 100 of them. But what you need to remember is you have to do certain ones, and that is the Vigilante and Firefighter. You actually have to do 20 on each island and not just 20 total. So that is everything that can cause you to miss your 100%. And like I said, if you're on the high 90s, it's got to be something with the Vigilante or Firefighter missions that's kind of pushing you off the edge. Anyway, that's everything that is missable in this game, but let's get down to some more trophies. As for trophies that will be earned through natural progression, there's a total of 6 of them. That is first day on the job, disposing of evidence, a marked man, a gift from the king, Offshore Delivery, and Not So Fast. Again, these will be earned through natural progression, so by the time that you finish the game, you will earn these 6 trophies no matter what. There are many different and various types of collectibles in this game, but when it comes down to trophies, there's a total of 5 that are related to these collectibles. What I'm going to suggest is that you do all of these collectibles after you've unlocked all 3 islands, just so that you can knock them all out at the same time. There's no reward for doing them earlier in the game, so there's no need to stress yourself about doing them as early as possible. Collecting the hidden packages and getting the trophy Liberty City Secrets is the most essential in my personal opinion, and one that you should go for very soon in the game if you can. Now, I did say that you should wait till you can unlock all 3 islands to do these, but in every increment of 10, these hidden packages actually give you weapons at your safe house that are free to use at your disposal and will respawn over time. So in my personal opinion, they are the most essential and they are the most valuable to the player. For these next 2, I would just wait until you have access to all 3 islands. There's no incentive to do them earlier in the game, and that is to pass 20 rampages and complete 20 unique jumps. After doing them, you'll earn the 2 trophies, Blood in the Streets and Wheels Up. Again, there's no incentive to do them earlier in the game, so I would just wait until you have access to all 3 islands to knock these out. As for the last 2 trophies related to collectibles, we have Play Fetch and Pest Control. Play Fetch is to complete the Portland Docks and Shoreside Vale Import-Export car list, and Pest Control is to deliver all emergency vehicles to the crane at the Portland Docks. For these ones, I just suggest that you wait till you have access to all 3 islands. It's easier to find vehicles, to get emergency vehicles. It makes these lists a lot easier. There are incentives to doing them, as in money, and for the emergency vehicles, you have access to any emergency vehicle whenever you want to, but they're not really crucial necessities that will make the game much easier in the long run, so I would just say put these ones off again till you have access to all 3 islands. We now get into the various other trophies that are left in the game. Now, some of these you can complete very early in the game to knock them out and earn a little bit of money, like completing 100 taxi fares, which will give you the trophy Where To. I would suggest that you do this as soon as possible in the game. The first area of the map is very small and you can learn it very quickly, which makes this trophy extremely easy to earn. Another trophy that can be and should be earned very early in the game is Playing Doctor, which is to complete Paramedic level 12. The reason that this should be completed so early in the game is because once you get to level 12, you will have health pickups delivered to your hideouts, adrenaline pills pickup delivered to your hideout, and you will have infinite sprint. This will make getting around the map a lot easier. Now, this isn't needed, but it is really nice to have while you're playing through the game, especially infinite sprint. And not only is it nice to have these pickups at your hideout, this is one of the most annoying side missions to do in the game, in my personal opinion, so it is really nice to just knock it out early. This next trophy will be earned very early in the game, and it's kind of through natural progression. There's going to be a side mission where you're going to have to do a race, and it's via the payphones, and the trophy is by a mile, which is to complete the Turismo race in under 180 seconds. Now, the good thing about this trophy is the Turismo race and mission will always be at this payphone, even until after you beat the game, 100% it, play it for 200 hours. The Turismo race will always be at this specific one payphone in the first island. I do have a trophy guide, so I will link that down below if you want to check it out. Wreckless Driving, which is to perform a perfect insane stunt, will probably be earned very early in the game just through natural progression and driving around the map. If you don't earn it early in the game, you will definitely earn this trophy by the time you go for the unique stunts. The next 2 trophies have the same general idea and consensus, and they are Street Sweeper, which is to waste 100 gang members, and Population Control, which is to waste 1,000 people. Now, more than likely you won't earn these 2 trophies earlier in the game, but through natural progression, playing rampages and playing story missions, you'll earn these no problem before the game is even over, so this is something that you really shouldn't stress about at all. Next up is Dirty Money, which is to amass a fortune of $1 million. If you don't earn this through natural progression of the game and doing various things around the map, you will earn this for sure once you collect the 100 packages, because one of the rewards of collecting 100 packages is $1 million. Once you've acquired access to all 3 islands, then you can go for these 2 trophies: Man Toys, which is to complete every RC Toys mission, and Where We're Going, We Don't Need Roads, which is to complete the Patriot Playground, A Ride in the Park, Multi-Story Mayhem, and Gripped missions. Both of these trophies have missions in all 3 islands, so you're going to have all 3 of these islands unlocked to gain these 2 trophies. Also, after gaining access to all 3 islands, I would suggest you go for these 2 trophies as well, and that would be Splish Splash, which is to extinguish 20 fires during a single fire truck mission, and Going Rogue, which is to kill 20 criminals during one Vigilante mission. Now, you can get these on the first island right when you start the game. But the reason I suggest that you do them once you gain access to all 3 islands is because in order to get the 100% that I was talking about earlier in the game, you actually have to do each one of these trophy requirements on all 3 islands. So you have to put out 20 fires on each island, which is a total of 60 fires, and then you're going to have to kill 20 criminals on each island, which is going to be a total of 60 criminals killed in order to get the 100%. Again, this is another problem that people are having, saying that they can't get their 100%, and this is a fix right here. On the 3rd island in the Pike Creek area, there is a police station, and it makes repeat offender, which is to get busted 20 times, very easy to get. There's a very easy method at this police station. More than likely, you won't gain this through natural progression because you barely get busted in the game at all, even if you're trying very hard. I do have a trophy guide for this, so I will link that down below in the description for you guys to check out. So the next 2 trophies are grouped together because their descriptions are nearly identical. They're just kind of phases of each other. The first one is Right Hand Man, which is to earn a criminal rating of 2500, and the next one is Like a Boss, which is to earn a criminal rating of 5000 or higher. Now, the way I did this was I used the money cheat and I put your criminal rating up, because the more money you get, the higher the criminal rating. But at the end of the day, if you're not cheating, you should be able to get a 5000 plus criminal rating after doing all of the collectibles, all the rampages, all the stunt jumps, beating the game, and maybe doing a few other things. You should get over 5000, no problem. And of course, if you get over 5000, you're obviously going to get over 2500 to get the other trophy. By the way, your criminal rating goes up by doing things like killing people, stealing cars, setting things on fire, basically being a general criminal. The more of a criminal you are, the higher your rating will be. Once you've collected all the collectibles, you'll then have access to an RPG. You can buy one earlier in the game, but I wouldn't suggest it. But anyway, now that you have access to the RPG, we can get the trophy Hunting Season, which is to destroy 5 helicopters. The easiest place to do this is on the first island in the sawmill. It's very easy, just get 5 stars, destroy 5 helicopters. I do have a trophy guide, so I will link that down below. Now, one of the last trophies that you're probably going to earn in this game, just because of its absurd number, is If You Ain't Cheating, You Ain't Trying, which is to blow up 2000 cars. What I suggest you do is beat the game, do everything, gain access to a tank, and then just go around and just wreak mayhem all over the city. So as you can see, the trophy tracker in the upper right hand corner, it's out 28 out of 29. Obviously, after earning your last trophy, you are going to automatically get your platinum King of Liberty City, which is to unlock all trophies. A very easy platinum in my personal opinion, and a great port to PS4 that's very nostalgic for people who played it back in the early 2000s. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please smack that like button. What I want you guys to do is leave down in the comments below what games you would want to see this type of video on next. I'm also going to leave down in the description a playlist to half of my platinums, all the platinums that I've earned since I started doing YouTube, and you guys can go watch it, because I'm only going to do this type of video on games that I have gotten platinums, and so I can give you guys personal insight or outside insight that might make the platinums much easier. So again, go watch that playlist. I'm also going to have down in the description below my PSN profile, so you can go check it out and see what platinums I have and suggest to me what you guys would want to see next. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys around sometime soon.